Hi everyone, I've decided I'm going to show everybody how I do my abstracts. I'm an artist who lands up putting miles too much in my paintings, but I've worked out a system that works for me and it might help some of you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm using these acrylic Art Van Gogh acrylic inks, sorry, and in the beginning, the first thing you do is you just do a flow, you do lines to free yourself up and to get the composition, but don't think too much. So here we go. You can do squiggles, you can do lines, you can do circles, you can do whatever you want to, just sort of go with it and don't think too much, don't overthink. And once you've got those lines, you're going to start filling in between the lines. So let me just put that to one side. I'm going to do some dots. I'm using photo paper, by the way, but you can use watercolor paper, you can use whatever you want to use. Okay, then once you've got that, I am going to start adding in, I start colouring in, well, the gaps in between the lines, if you know what I mean. I'm using dyes for everything. Okay, one of the things you can do is you can wait for the first lot to dry, but I actually quite like the freedom of the inks bleeding and going in to other areas, which is great. Just sort of makes it easier. So here we go. Doing the yellow. Whoops. Don't worry if you smudge. The other thing is make sure when you're doing the yellows and things that you've got clean water, because otherwise your inks start going murky. Okay, here we go. Now this is just normal ink, but it works well on photo paper. It's ink that's used for calligraphy. I love doing layers, so I'm not too worried about getting perfection here, because you're actually not going to see, the brush strokes later on in the work. So, but if you do, then yeah, that's something you're going to have to watch. Oh, here we go. I often put on music as well to go along with everything. So that's also a nice thing to do whilst you're creating and having fun. Yeah, the secret is not to overthink things too much, really, which I do a lot. So this has really helped me to free up. So there we go. I'll do one more here. Yeah, the other thing I found, I don't know why, but I paint a lot with blues and greens. And that's fine too, you know. Some people paint with all the colours, which I'm actually doing here at the moment, which is great fun. I must say I am enjoying it, but usually I do tones of blue, tones of green or whatever. It just depends what you want to do. So that's that. Then I don't put the lids on because just changing the colour again. Go into the blue now. Let's get this done. I must say I love inks and dyes because the colours are just so beautiful and bright, and they flow. A lot of the inks just flow, so you can do all sorts of fun things with them. The other thing I could have done, sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I sometimes do things back to front, but what you could have done as well, not so much on the dark, but on the lighter colours, you could have done the background first and then put your circles over the top of that. Now that, of course, would give a different effect. Let me just do this one here. Oh, wrong colour. Thank goodness I didn't go in. Here we go. You can also use watercolour. I haven't done watercolour at the moment. Why I love the photo paper is because for some reason the colours just really stand out, and you get a sort of transparent look about it. So that's that. Let me do one more in here. Maybe one here. Right, and then I'm going to do the red. Red here. And do, well, sort of changed the red, isn't it? I should have got more water, but oh well. I don't want to stop the video now, so we'll just keep going. Because this is red, you can actually go over that one section. And what colour should I do that? Just red, I think. Great. Now, I suppose you could leave that if you wanted to, but I am not going to leave it. I'm now going to add white acrylic paint on a roller. There's my roller. Probably could have been clean, but oh well. I'm going to. Now the paint is still wet, which is what I want. If you want something more solid, then you need to wait until the dyes are dry. But I want to sort of get a splodgy effect. then I'm going to use some bubble paper, and I'm going to put some of the white on the bubble paper and press it down in sections. Oh, it's just a matter of having fun now, doing whatever you want to do. I like working in 3s or 5s, odd numbers for certain things, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go, that will do. And then I'm going to just close these up. And so I don't spill stuff on the top, or maybe I'll leave some of it out and I'll just wait and see. Okay, yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is, what colour was that? I can't remember. Oh, red, good. I'm going to do some splatters in places, just to bring in a bit of variety. Here we go. I'm going to use my yellow to go over the white. It does need to dry. Let me see if I can do one area, so at least I can just show you what I do. Okay, so this area has dried. Just softens the white. Of course, you don't have to do this, but this is my method and this is what I do. Okay. Usually I do wait for the white to dry, but because of this video, I can't actually do that. And sorry if I'm not talking, I'm just sort of trying to concentrate a bit, but okay, one of the things you can do if you don't like something, you just lift it off a bit so that you've got the variety, you've got the different ways of doing it. Of course, you could use any other dye over the top of it, you don't have to use the yellow, but I like the yellow. Don't like that mark there. Let's get rid of that. And there we go. Then I leave it. Then once that is dry, I slice it into more, into smaller paintings, because then it's good for the composition. Well, that's what I find. I just do too much. I work my paintings too much sometimes, and also because I've got a small studio, I'm doing everything small. But I would love a big studio one day where I can do big paintings with, and then of course I probably wouldn't have to slice anything because you can just fruit on a bigger composition. Let me just see what I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to just make the red circles slightly, maybe what I'll do is this one, slightly darker, maybe just in sections, which is good. You know, just play around and have fun. That's what I am doing, and it is really working for me at the moment, which is super. And dab it a bit as well, whatever you feel like doing. Great. Now I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'll show you in another video how I slice it. Thanks for watching.